So the new update details for the global server 3.17 are here. Downtime will begin at the usual times and last for about 4 hours. And this indeed confirms to bring all those changes to bonus damage, damage reduction, and the pretty impactful Battleground changes. Very nicely, we get a full breakdown on the exact details. And there's also some extra general changes and bug fixes. But first of all, we're getting the Rift Rebellion event, the Arceum Invasion event returning. If you're lucky when you kill the last boss, you should be able to get a lot of Chaos Runes. And some people abuse the event to get a crazy amount of Chaos Runes, but you can see these should be the usual times. Spread out throughout the day so everybody anywhere in the world can at least access one time slot per day. And this will be running up until January the 28th. They say there will be a new gesture, shapeshift morph, but the Korean server did not get this second edition of the event, so I can't confirm that. All of the balance changes then are listed here. We've got your sword and shield, greatsword, longbow, crossbows, orb, daggers, staff, wand, and spear. So pretty much all the weapons have been impacted one way or another. As we mentioned in our previous video, a ton of the skills now will no longer be affected by additional effects, which means the bonus damage and damage reduction stat. This makes these abilities very powerful for PvP, fighting those tanks, as they will no longer be able to mitigate these small hits with their damage reduction like they did before. But to compensate, you will notice that a lot of the damage reduction values have gone up significantly. Again, because they can no longer mitigate all damage. So it will keep the balance somewhat. And again, the goal is so that you aren't getting completely melted, but you also aren't going to be able to become completely immune by taking 0 damage. And for the equipment changes, they confirm the Tevent daggers are getting that 10-second cooldown. It won't be so easy to pop in and out of stealth anymore. The best thing you can do is stay within stealth for the 10 seconds before you get the next kill. These other gear changes here, again, is to encompass the bonus damage change. Tevent Wand will properly say it gives 100% monster damage on tier 1. But then we look at the Battlegrounds changes. These are again very interesting to see the exact values they'll be doing here. So it depends on the point difference between the two teams. If it's between 4,000 and 6,000 points, then the losing team will gain an attack power buff of 15% and a damage taken reduction effect of minus 10%. This goes all the way up to a 25,000 point difference, and your attack power is now 35%, damage taken minus 20%, HP increased by 30%, and movement speed increased by 15%. I'd like to see this go somewhere crazy, like if there's a 50,000 point difference, then that other team gets 100% attack damage bonus and 80% less damage taken, something crazy like this. But this score difference will be checked only every 2 minutes before then updating the buff. This then also affects a new change where you will have reduction to your CC resistance when capturing a control stone. By default, it's minus 40%. So it's not that massive, and this does decrease depending on the tier of the buff you have. So the point difference again. So if there's a 25,000 point difference, say you're losing by 25,000 points, then you would actually gain a 30% CC resistance buff when you're trying to capture a point. I'm not sure how impactful these changes will be, especially with players who don't have the most optimal builds, and the players that do have optimal builds may very well just stack a ton of evasion on their tank to be able to capture those stones rather than CC resistance due to these debuffs. They should maybe include a reduction to your evasion stat with this as well, because if you evade a hit, then you can't get CC'd either. Looking at some general changes, you should now have the option to display equipped weapons instead of guild icons on player nameplates. This is pretty huge for PvP. Let me see if I can find it. It's right here in show character name mark. If you have that selected on weapons, let's see if I can actually find another player in this ghost town, and it's still displaying a guild icon. Oh right, you need to put that on weapons for other characters as well. And maybe we have to be in combat, but yeah, I'm not finding it working. It's still displaying the guild icon. But that could be really cool if it is indeed like that. So See the character's guild icon there? If that was just their 2 weapons, you could immediately see what class they're playing and give an estimate based on how effective they're going to be. Whether they're healer, tank, damage dealer, are they an evasion user with daggers or a different class. But it doesn't seem to be working just out here in the open world. So let me know if you can get it to work in Battlegrounds later when this update's out. But I have both of them, friendly players and other characters, on weapons here with Simplify All. Even when I have it on user settings, it still displays the guild icon. They confirm they fixed the exploit with regards to getting more skill specialization points than you should. They've added the Tevent table, chair, bed and lamp furniture pieces. They say they fixed the issue where it was displaying the incorrect weapons occasionally on character cards and on scoreboards. And the morph fixes here, particularly the gliding one, where if you glided for a long time, you would just drop to the ground. And in the Calanthea raid, on difficult and nightmare difficulties, you should still get the rewards even if you die in the first phase. But that's ultimately it for the update changes that we can expect tonight. Thanks all for watching. A special thank you to my channel members, and we'll see you guys around. And yes, we should be getting a new battle pass and a new shop update tomorrow as well, potentially with this new skin, so I'll let you know if we do.